I'm happy to warm your hands if you would like.
Sticking them in there will do more than that! Also, I can't touch you!
Would you smash or pass on a cursed Duke? Because the Duke of Death and his Maid Season 3 is about to release, so it's time to explore all the magic, mystery, and romance within this anime. I rewatched both seasons and analyzed every detail to provide you with the most detailed and yet compact recap possible, so we are going to need to uncover the layers together. Starting with Season 1. We're introduced to Bochan, a young duke cursed with a deadly touch, and his fearless maid Alice, whose flirtatious teasing isn't just playful, it's a bold statement of love, putting her life at risk and the duke's willpower to the test daily. We learn 5 main things about the duke's curse. 1. He can touch the same object as another person and be fine. 2. He can get close to someone and be fine as long as there's no contact, because if they do touch, they will wither and die. 3. Spit, sweat, saliva do not affect anyone. 4. He can touch their loose clothing. And 5. They can touch Duke if he's wearing thick clothing, like when Alice and Duke went on their first date, she put him in a costume that had him surrounded by steel, so he wouldn't accidentally touch people. Now, during this date, we learned that the Duke's goal would be to put a wedding ring on Alice's finger, without killing her, of course. And if you're wondering, how could all this sexual tension be unnoticed by the Duke's family? Well, it's because he was cursed, and he was sent to one of the family's abandoned mansions with Rob, the family's butler. And since the Duke was cursed at the age of 5, he spent almost 10 years feeling lonely and a bit grumpy. The friends he used to play with never even visited or played with him again. Until one day Alice, one of the Duke's childhood friends, and whose mother was a maid for the family, arrived at the mansion to be the Duke's maid. His attitude changed and he seemed happier ever since. But of course he was reminded of the societal view of his curse when his old childhood friend Philip surprisingly visits and is extra avoidant. Sadly, Duke finds out he was only sent by his mother to check on him. This motivates Duke to find a cure even more to rid him of his nickname, the Duke of Death. This doesn't stop his youngest sister Viola from consistently visiting him, mainly to see Rob, who she has a little crush on, but she also wants to see her brother freed from his curse. We also see more of the family dynamics, like Walter, the middle child, who has a second-born complex. Duke and Alice meet 2 witches, Zane and Kath, who take them to the witches' meeting in order to find the one who cursed him, so they can find a cure. There they met Daleth, the leader of the witches. They confront her on information about the curse, as well as Alice's mom, Sharon. She's aware of both, but leaves before providing any information. Viola gives Alice an old servant's logbook from around the time the Duke was cursed, in hopes it will help them find out more about the curse, but Daleth threatens Zane to destroy it. Since Zane and Kath are now friends with Alice and Duke, Zane decides to use his time magic to destroy most of the book except for one little shred that he can use to revive the log. Season 1 ends with Duke's mother summoning him to a family dinner where he is, of course, sat on the farthest end of the table away from everyone. His mother tells him he has until spring to figure out how to remove his curse, or else Walter will be appointed the new head of the family, since their father is sick. Duke also stated his love for Alice and how he will be marrying her, which his mother does not agree with, given that she is not nobility. But Duke stands up to her and tells her he will cure the curse and marry Alice. This brings us to Season 2, which introduces us to a crazy circus troupe, led by the charismatic Zako, where our beloved characters Zane and Kath find a new purpose and a job. The plot gets thick when Daleth has her eyes on Zane's unique time magic and makes her move. Daleth tries to work with Duke to get Zane's power in exchange for her help ridding him of his curse, which the Duke is not for backstabbing a friend. He's still met with Daleth's connection though, Amelia, an octopus human witch who is surprisingly married to Zako, adding layers to the series. They find out that Sade, Daleth's twin sister, is behind the Duke's curse and who is allegedly dead. As we learn more about Daleth and her tragic backstory involving her sister Sade and Alice's mother, Sharon, we see the depth to her character. We also see her crushing on Walter after him, Alice, and Duke broke into another witch's meeting. He accepted her scars and she was immediately head over heels. We find out that Daleth just wanted to use Zane's power to help Sharon so she can have a good life without the curse that's put on her, since she was put into a slumber on the same day the Duke was cursed. Season 2 doesn't shy away from deepening romantic subplot between Duke and Alice. sprinkling moments of dream-induced bunny maid suits to the promise of a life together post-curse. The relationship is the emotional core of the season, as well as the cute friendship formed between Alice, Viola, Calf, and Keto. Meanwhile, we meet another character that was cursed by Sade, Nico, a wizard cursed with immortality. He invited Zane, Calf, Duke, Alice, and Walter to his wizard school in order to train and utilize Zane's time magic to kill Sade before she cursed Nico, Sharon, and the Duke. Daleth and Keto follow Walter to the school and end up attending as well. Zane, Daleth, Duke, and Alice travel to the past to learn more about Sade, but she notices them and tries to escape back to the present with them. They find out that she can read minds, adding a new challenge to their plan to go to the past. The last few seconds of season 2 ends with us seeing Sharon awakening. You know they did us pretty dirty with that epic cliffhanger. The Wizarding School arc promises new allies, further exploration of magical realms, yet the shadow of Sade is a strong hold, with her abilities posing a significant threat to our hero's plans. How will the Duke and Alice's story conclude? Will he find freedom from the curse? What are your thoughts on the series? Did the CGI completely turn you away from the show? Let's talk about it. Share your insights below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more anime recaps, recommendations, and tea. Until next time, bye!